Silicon Valley, technology, art, green, and sustainability.
Welcome to another episode of Silicon Valley Tech, Art, Green, and Sustainability. Today I'm honored to have two gentlemen with me who have been working in construction a very long time. Lowell Mazon, am I pronouncing that right?
Correct.
Chris Branan. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And before we get into about the company you guys have and what you're doing, we like to talk a little bit hear about you and you know, if this is your background, if you're from the Bay Area, tell us a little something about yourself.
Well, I'm Lowell Mazon. I'm the president of On Commercial Construction, and I'm a San Jose, Silicon Valley native, born and bred. And I started my career off many years ago with the former Trammell Crow company. I interned for them where I was.
And what was that? Is that a tech company? Or?
Trammell Crow was a large development company back in the day.
Okay.
And that's where I was introduced to the commercial CRE world and kind of fell in love with the business. It was all Class A product at the time, and so it was a lot of fun.
So big. Class A buildings like the Capitol Club, Knight Ridder Building.
Yes.
Yeah. Fairmont.
All, mid-level and mid-rise for here in San Jose. Very nice stuff.
So you've probably seen a lot of changes then.
Oh yeah. I've seen a lot of changes over the years, but that's where I started. And then after that, I moved on to the former South Bay Construction and Development, where that's where I actually perfected a lot of my project management and construction knowledge, and was afforded a lot of opportunities there. It was a great firm. And in a 7-year period there, I went from an assistant project manager to vice president of the company.
Wow.
So we were, back in the day, we were throwing up a lot of buildings and doing a lot of development. So it was a lot of knowledge was gained.
So you saw all the skyline change a little in San Jose?
And the skyline change, and then the topography changed, the orchards that disappeared, all that land that got filled up with buildings.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I feel like my grandfather now, when he said, well, I remember when it was cherries and apricot orchards, and I can remember when you could ride a horse through the mountains in the Saratoga Hills, and now it's fences and
And then for the last 14 years, I've been at Orchard Construction until most recently when we branched off and formed On Commercial Construction.
That's great, awesome. And Chris?
I grew up in the Bay Area as well, never left. I started out with my own business as a general contractor, starting with residential, then I got into commercial a little bit, and I moved up to Napa and I started working on some wineries and stuff, so I ended up getting a different license for my C20 for heating and air conditioning, so I could work on chillers and stuff up there. And then I ended up, after 7 or 8 years, going to work for Vance Brown in Palo Alto. They did a lot of new construction buildings, ground up, rehabs, commercial interiors and stuff like that. Then
Come on, you're not that old. You just graduated high school a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I wish, yeah. And then I was at Iron Construction for quite some time. And then I recently moved over to OCC. So
you really, both of you have been really entrenched in the commercial, in construction for a very long time then.
Yes.
Yeah, so with your company then, how long you said that's been branched off when?
Just this last year.
Last year, okay. And tell us about that then. What exactly do you do? You do IT, what do you do? Mostly commercial, no residential?
Yeah, On Commercial Construction is a full service general contracting firm, and we perform the full spectrum of commercial construction projects. Primarily our focus is on tenant improvements, or TIs, which refers to basically building out spaces for office, industrial, manufacturing, medical, and building them out either in a new or a renovated space to a specific customer's requirements.
So medical, biotech, and then obviously technology.
Yes.
Clean rooms, maybe?
Yes.
Biopharmaceutical, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, manufacturing, the full gamut.
Okay, interesting. Let's pull up, I think we have a couple slides we want to pull up right now for the first 2 slides. Oh, here we go. Tell us about this. I love this photo, actually.
This is a project that was done this last year in San Mateo. Excel. It was a software company, and the designers allowed us to get a little creative in there and come up with some different looks. The floor in that dining area is actually polished concrete.
Oh, wow.
And
it almost looks like it could be wood.
yeah, and then you see the light fixtures that are hanging there are actually chess pieces.
Oh,
So
interesting.
they got a little creative and a little fun in this area.
And what's the wall there? It looks like it almost could be tree branches or something.
Yeah, and actually the wall there, that's a laser cut wood panel that was put up to screen the two areas, just to allow you to see in, but provide separation from the dining area to the room next to it.
So that's a typical project then for you, for a
Yes.
tenant improvement, a
Yeah.
TI. Let's pull up another slide now too. I love that wall, it's awesome. And is this the same?
Yes, that was in the same space. Again, just a dining collaboration area with the tall tables like that be used for dining, bar height, or people on laptops using Wi-Fi, kind of cruising around the space, making it very comfortable for people to want to stay within the space.
And the lighting there, it's a kind of an interesting.
Yeah, again,
aspect.
just something to keep it interesting. And again, with a lot of the engineering firms, the idea is to try to keep the people on site. Just keep them there working.
So do you go out of the area, or do you typically stay in the Bay Area for your projects?
So there's a lot of work here in the Bay Area,
Yeah.
fortunately. But we do work a little bit past South San Francisco, down to Monterey, up, all the way down through the East Bay as well.
There's a lot of building in Monterey right now, it seems like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is. So, and if projects do take us further, we will go. We've had, I think you can elaborate, we've had some that have
Yeah, a few out of the area. When a customer requests us to travel, we do a lot of work for Nissan, and they asked us to go down to Southern California with them to build a test center down there.
Awesome.
And so we actually
Seems
did
like there's
go
a
down
lot
there.
of car stuff going down there. Fisker just
Yeah.
purchased a lease for long term for, I don't think they've actually built it out yet, but they just purchased something down there to build out for building cars. Let's pull up two more slides. Actually, let's pull up one more slide right now. And this is another one. I really like that wall. It's really cool.
Yeah, that was a little seating area, and again, with the main focus and emphasis being on comfort. So where engineering people can break out and go have, informal huddle ups. It's a form of a living wall is
Okay.
what you see there.
Okay. So we pull that down. I know you guys are tied into commercial real estate. Somebody was talking about Cornet last night. Tell us how that ties in to what you guys do.
Well, we tie into the commercial real estate industry in many ways. I mean, obviously, for one, because we do provide them construction services. But kind of expanding on that, the thing that our company offers is we do a lot of work with developers when they're looking into purchasing projects. And we'll go out and do due diligence and help them qualify properties, business parks, so they can understand what they're getting and what they're paying for, and making sure that it's the right project for them. But one of the bigger things that we do is we support brokers and developers in their pursuit of lease deals. And what I mean by that is we'll perform space planning and budgeting and scheduling for them on their prospective lease deals, so that they can analyze the economics, the pro forma, and make sure it's the right deal for them, and then they can ultimately sign leases.
So it sounds like you do a lot of complex things for your clients, which is great.
Yeah, we have a lot of institutional clients, and it's just kind of one of the requirements they have. And again, it's all a very expeditious process.
I'm going to pull up two more slides right now. You have such beautiful work too. It was like looking at your website, and it's so hard to pick what you're going to put up. And this here looks very techy. Tell us what this is.
That was at a project called Corning that was in Palo Alto, and to the left was their conference room that was done, and then to the right it's a video wall that we had installed so that they could constantly be showing their new products. It's a think tank that was done on the grounds of Leland Stanford. So
it almost looks like to the left, like that could be, the glass could be projection too, but I guess it's the reflection of the media.
It's a frosted reflection that was done for that conference room. And what they were trying to do again is build comfort and attract new engineering talent right directly from Stanford.
Cool. Okay, so we've got another slide that we're going to pull up right away too. And then is this the same company?
Yeah, that was one of their collaboration areas. Again, informally being able to sit and discuss topics write on the whiteboard.
Okay, so it's whiteboard, it's not screens to project on.
No, actually they're both.
Okay.
It serves both tasks.
Okay.
You know, instead of going into a conference room and having it being really formal, this is where the creativity gets spawned.
So I know with construction there's a lot of new technology. Have you been working with a lot of new technology and you want to tell us what that is that you've been doing?